كلا إنها تذكرة فمن شاء ذكره في صحف مكرمة مرفوعة مطهرة.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. You are tuned in to ITV channel 347 with myself, Muaaz Ebrahim, a Quran teacher and tutor on this program, a Quranic reading course. Inshallah ta'ala, we have completed lesson 1 and we move on to lesson 2. But before moving on to lesson 2, we need to do a homework check. Let us see how much we have learned and understood from lesson 1. So we will focus on the Quranic page number 2, which is Surah Al-Fatiha, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. And we will go through the letters that we have circled and then we will call it out. So this is chapter 1 of the Quran, Surah Al-Fatiha, page 2. What the learners should have found when it came to the short vowel is 2 letters on page 2. The 2 letters you will find in line 1 is the very first letter The letter should be circled and called out as and as you go down to the second last line, you will see again. So these are the 2 places you find the common letter appearing with a short vowel fatha, giving the sound The short vowel e is found in 5 places. So when we look line number 1, the letter b, known as b or be, is circled carrying the short vowel e. So we circle it and we call out b. Then we go on to line number 3, where we see 2 times the letter alif carrying the short vowel e is circled. E. Go to line number 4, the very next line. Again, it begins with e. The short vowel kasra is circled. E. And then we go on to the next line, where we will find the last line, where we find the letter b, and we see b is circled. So these are the places where we have the short vowel e occurring. When we look on page 2 for the short vowel carrying one of those 10 letters, we find nothing. So we leave it out. So alhamdulillah, these are the letters you should have identified. Moving on to page 3, looking for fatha, the short vowel on one of those 10 letters, we find nothing. Looking at the short vowel kasra, e, on or below one of those 10 letters, we find in one place, which is in the second last line of that page, the letter e, alif carrying the kasra, e. And then moving on to the third short vowel, which is the dhamma, conveying the sound u, we find 2 places on page 3. And that is the second last line, where we have u appearing, the letter alif carrying the dhamma, u. We move on to page 4. On page 4, you have 9 places where you can identify the short vowel with any one of those 10 letters. Go to line 2. You will find hamza carrying the short vowel and towards the end of the line you got alif carrying the So it's Then we move on to line number 4 on the same page. Somewhere in the middle we see alif carrying the short vowel and then we move on. We go to line 3, 4, 5, 6, line number 7, where we see the also appears, alif carrying the short vowel We go to the very next line, there's a letter dal, which is the d, the short vowel d. Moving on to the next line, we got Moving on, staying on the same line, there's on the next line, there's nothing. And then we go to the third last line from the bottom, there's the that is circled. So these are the 9 letters that you would have found. Then moving on to the short vowel E, we find there is the E in line number in 5 places. So we go to line number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We see the E is circled there. Then we leave 2 lines, we leave 1 line, go to the next line. That is the 3rd, 4th, 5th line from the bottom, there's another E. And in the 3rd line from the bottom, we find 2 E's. So these are the places where we find the E. Then we go to the next vowel, which is the U vowel. It is found in 4 places. The very first line on page 4 has 2 places, U, U. And then you go to the last line, it has another 2 places, U, U. So all of these answers can also be found on the website. And inshallah ta'ala, once we have identified them, we must call them out. So moving on to lesson 2. In lesson 2 today, we add another 10 letters and we use the same 3 short vowels, E and U, in the independent shape. So let us look at these 30 letters. We completed 10 of them so far. So inshallah ta'ala, today we will be looking at another 10 letters from the Arabic alphabet. The 3 short vowels to keep in mind again, looking from the right, the sound the fatha gives is kasra gives the sound of E, and dhamma gives an U sound. So let us learn. Letter number 11 is the letter Re, recited or pronounced as R, Ri, Ru. Letter number 12 is called Z, pronounced as Z, Z, Zu. These 2 letters, what we observe, they have the same shape. But because the R has no dot and the Z has a dot, it will change the sound the letter conveys. Then we move on to letter number 13. It is called Sin. The sound it conveys or pronounced as Sir, Si, Su. Letter number 14 is called Shin. It is pronounced as Sh, Shi, Shu. Again, these 2 have the same shape, but the one at the bottom is carrying 3 dots, which makes it different, and the sound it conveys. Letter number 15. This one in English is spelled with a double S because it is a little bit different to letter number 13 that we did as Sir. This one is Sir, Si, Su. It comes out a bit more strong compared to letter number 13, which is Sir. As in English we say Sir, Madam. This one is Sir, Si, Su. Letter number 16 is called Dod, but pronounced as the, what fatha, the as what kasra, and bu, what a dhamma. Again, the same shape, but the one at the bottom is carrying a dot. So now letter number 15 is Sod, and number 16 is Dod. Moving on to letter number 17. It is called Te, pronounced with a fatha as Ta, kasra, Ti, and dhamma as Tu. Ta, Ti, Tu. Letter number 18. It is called The, pronounced with a fatha as The, Dhu. The for fatha, the for kasra, and dhu for dhamma. Moving on to letter number 19, the second last one for today. This is the letter Ain, and it is pronounced as Now remember, the very first letter you learned in lesson 1, the first and second letter was is spelled with a capital A, putting more emphasis. It comes out more from the throat. So we don't just say that is 1 and 2. This is number 19, more emphasis, I and U. So for fatha, I for kasra, and U for dhamma. Letter number 20 is gh for fatha. The first one is gh. It is called ghain, pronounced with the short vowel fatha, gh, kasra as ghi, and dhamma as ghu. So gh, ghi, ghu. Right, so these are the 10 letters which we learned for today. So either we have recorded the lesson to go over it, or we have access to the www.itvnetworks.tv on the website or the YouTube. So inshallah ta'ala, if we want to have a look at the lesson again, then we can get access to any one of these 3 things. The homework for next week will be to learn letters 11 to 20. 10 letters times the 3 short vowels, I, U. A very simple way is to learn 2 letters a day. 5 times 2 is 10 letters, and use the 6th day to make a revision. So if we commit ourselves in that way, it is a slow process. Over 5 days we can learn the lesson very nicely and complete it, and then do revision on the 6th day. So when we come back on the 7th day, inshallah ta'ala, we are prepared. Then also on the notes you will have the exercises whereby you can test yourselves, and then refer to the Quranic pages 5 and 6 of Surah Al-Baqarah, where you will have to circle the letters with a blue pen, the E letters with a black pen, and the U letters with a red pen. Only circle the letters 11 to 20. 1 and 10 we are done with, so concentrate and focus on letters 11 to 20. So this is page 5 of the Quran. You will find it on the website as well. You can either print it out or just have a look at it on your phone or your computer. Chapter 2 of the Quran, Surah Al-Baqarah, and this is page 6, which is also found on the website. If there's any questions or inquiries, you can contact myself on that cell phone number or website, inshallah ta'ala. From myself, until next time, when you tune in, it'll be lesson 3 on channel 347 ITV. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
إنها تذكرة فمن شاء ذكره في صحف مكرمة مرفوعة مطهرة كلا إنها تذكرة فمن شاء